What are your thoughts on using metal culture as a flavor of the week?
I think it seems like more of a straightforward question than it actually is. Because it's just one of those things, right? Like, especially in America, like, there's a million fads, right? I mean, people are gonna wear what's popular. They sell Metallica and Slayer shirts at Forever 21 and Hot Topic and shit, and a lot of the kids that go to those places and never listen to metal a day in their life. But they're gonna wear it because it's fashionable. Half the kids I went to school with, Johnny and I were talking earlier about like, oh, are there any metalheads at your school? I knew 2 other metalheads at my high school. The one that got me into metal and this Norwegian kid. And there were still like 50 kids who wore like Iron Maiden shirts every day.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, Iron Maiden's a fucking 50-year-old band at that point.
God, yeah.
You know, which, you know, it's kind of the same thing. They're famous. They're originators of the style. People know the name and like the art. You know, and et cetera, et cetera. I think, who was it? Who was it? Who was wearing the Kardashian? Was wearing like the Slayer shirt? Was it Chloe?
I think it's Kylie.
They all kind of run together.
They all K-names.
Whichever one of the KKK was wearing that shit, you feel me? It's just a fashion thing. I doubt she's ever heard a Slayer song before. You know, I don't think she listens to Angel of Death or Raining Blood or Seasons of the Abyss. You know what I'm saying?
No South Heaven.
But at the same time, like, and I know this is probably going to rub a lot of people, like metalheads especially, the wrong way because the culture can be very divisive and kind of aim a lot of hatred at people, oftentimes unnecessarily. To me, it's kind of like, I don't really care, you know, like, just because, again, people are going to do that. Right now, it doesn't have anything to do with metal, but I'm wearing a My Hero Academia shirt, right? One of the most popular anime in the world. And, like, I can't tell you how many hundreds of people say, that show is whack, it doesn't deserve to be famous, it's full of tropes and all this shit, et cetera, and I'm always just like, first of all, it's not for anime heads, it's for comic book heads, and second of all, like, who cares? I like the show, so I'll wear the shirt, you know? I mean, they may never have heard these bands before, but they like the shirt, so they wear it, you know? I'm not a fan of the Kardashians, I'm not endorsing them, don't get me wrong, but, I don't know, I mean, two of the fucking, I don't know what shirt you're wearing.
You know, Silverstein and Beartooth.
Oh, okay, that's better. At least 2 of the 3 people in this room right now. This fool Dell's over here wearing a Sublime shirt, you know? They market hella popular graphics to many people. 40 Ounces of Freedom and fucking, I forget the name, the like Bad Son or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
They have that graphic on a million things too, you know? I see kids who are 11 years old who've probably never heard Sublime before wearing these oversized t-shirts from their parents that don't fit them.
You got the people putting their infants in a onesie that's got Sublime on it.
And like Wu-Tang and shit. And it's like,
I remember Hot Topic back in the day had a whole section of onesies with just band logos on it.
Yes.
I just wanted someone to walk up, hey baby, you don't even know Metallica.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, fucking daps.
Name 3 songs.
Just a real metalhead.
Exactly.
Shit, Spanish.
Yeah. For me, I'm pretty relaxed on the matter. I'm all for it. I don't care if they don't know it. It's free exposure.
I think
it's
that's
free
what I was gonna say. It
advertising.
just raises awareness, if anything, right?
Yeah, and maybe 1 out of those 10 people that buys that shirt at Forever 21 decides, you know what? I guess I'll listen to the band if I'm buying
Maybe someone will call them out on it. Maybe Metalhead will talk shit to them, and they'll be like, "Well, fuck, maybe they're right. I
guess I should
actually see some of the source material before rocking this shit."
Yeah.
You know?
Because, I can't tell you how many, Iron Maiden, Metallica, Slayer, even Kiss shirts I've seen worn by people that I'm 90% sure don't know the music. But, hey, I'm happy because maybe one of those people are going to go listen to it.
Yeah.
It's going to bring more people. I hate the exclusive culture that exists in metal. A lot of people want to be the gatekeepers, like, well, you don't know them, you don't listen to this band, or you don't listen to this band, you're not a real metalhead. No, I'm like, if you just like one song, cool, I'm happy, you're probably going to like another song. Bring more people. The more people into the scene, the more light it shines on it, the more the people are going to succeed.
I think metal culture has some of the worst gatekeeping in all of anything, honestly.
Well, it's crab culture. Crab culture, it's, you think of a ton of crabs in a bucket, they're
trying to grab the crab.
Yeah, exactly. If they're each individually trying to...
I've seen Boondocks, I know.
Exactly. It's not going to work. So, there's too much crab culture in the metal scene. So,
I think...
raise everyone else up.
Yeah, I mean, I think the one argument that is kind of legitimate that could be made is like, there are certain metal artists that you don't want to endorse without knowing what they're all about.
Yeah, 100%.
You know? Like, especially after they just made the new, what the fuck was it called? Like Lords of the something, the Mayhem documentary.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the exact name.
Fuck, I forget the name.
But yeah, it's the black metal documentary, right?
Yeah, it's about fucking like Mayhem, I think Burzum and all those, and Varg and all that shit, and you know, et cetera, and I mean, people see this documentary and think like, oh, they're so cool, they're so brutal, they're so cold, you know?
Yeah.
And like they want to endorse them, and meanwhile, Varg is a fucking xenophobe who says he doesn't like people with brown eyes because he feels like he's looking into an asshole.
Okay.
You know, and like
an opinion.
Calls the person who portrayed him in this movie a fat Jewish douchebag. You know, and he didn't like him just for that reason. You know, and et cetera, is known for burning down churches and straight murdering people and kidnapping them and shit. And you see all these kids out here being edgy at 14 years old with Mayhem shirts on.
Yeah.
It's just like, that's probably not the best look if you don't know what you're actually endorsing.
Yeah,
you know?
I think black metal culture is one. It's just so strikingly, like the imagery is
There's
so
a lot of that, yeah.
It's interesting imagery, wearing that like the stark coloring and only just black and white. It like if you're wearing one of the shirts for those bands, like it's a cool looking shirt, but yeah.
Well, it's corpse makeup. That's why they wear that shit. Is they try to create the disparity of like rigor mortis and like the paleness of dead people and shit. 'Cause they're so obsessed with death, and like a large part of it too. The part that's kind of overwhelming to me is I don't believe in organized religion, so I get when they're trying to do all that kind of shit. But like the anti-Judeo-Christian values gets to be a little bit much in black metal.
Yeah.
It's all they fucking talk about all the time. It's like, we get it. Jesus Christ.
And
You're burning down every fucking church. You see some people getting married.
Yeah, bringing it back home. I don't think the people wearing those black metal shirts are gonna know about that.
Yeah.
They're gonna say that looks cool. They probably sound exactly like Metallica.
I don't know.
Little do they know.
I think when it comes to the whole gatekeeping aspect of it, I'm just like so far removed from that point. Like 10 years ago, I probably would have agreed with all these people trying to be edgy, honestly, and I would have been like, oh, you should fucking listen to a real metalhead, you know. But it's at this point, I'm just like, the fuck even does that mean?
I think the gatekeeping is a dying breed at this point. I think maybe it's not even like a generational thing. I think it's just people are getting over it, like realizing what you like. Yeah, that makes you you. You don't have to not let other people like it just because you like it.
Yeah, well, here's hoping, man.
Yeah.
People like being edgy, that's for sure.